Want to get paid to move to Italy or Spain? Here are all the towns in need of new residents. So if you didn't know, there are places that actually pay you to move there. Most Americans are aware of Alaska and how you get a dividend from the oil profits, but there are places in Europe as well who have these sort of schemes. Let's see. I have not read this article, so I'm actually interested in what they got here. So it says, start a new life abroad and get paid to do it thanks to these schemes. European towns with dwindling populations. So isn't this interesting? Check this out. We need to watch our carbon footprint. Overpopulation's a big problem. Climate change and global warming, all this stuff. We're having too many babies, right? And then you got the depopulation agenda on the other side, right? The quote conspiracy theorist. But, the reality on the ground is that we're headed towards a population collapse. And now we have to pay people to move into towns where families aren't being created anymore. Isn't that something? So for the bachelors, you're going to be incentivized to move into these decaying neighborhoods. And you're supposed to somehow find work, start a family, and get everything going. I'm not trying to shit on the article. I'm just saying, if a place has to pay you to move there, it might be a way to start, but it's not a place you want to put down permanent roots. Does that not sound strange to you? Why would you pay me to live here? Let's see. Many rural areas are facing aging populations as young people move to cities. We need pensions and opt to not have children. It's the biggest problem. To combat this, some local governments are encouraging foreigners to take up residence with relocation grants and cash payouts from Spain to Italy. Population decline in Western Europe. That's why they have to import so many people. Here are all the places in Europe that will pay you to relocate there. Wake up to alpine views in Albinnen, Switzerland. Look how beautiful that looks, boys. It's like a slice of paradise, huh? Except all around you is old people, and they're about to die off. Albinnen in the Swiss Alps is home to fewer than 250 people. Sounds like a whole lot of opportunity. To top up its population, the small municipality is offering to pay families over 50,000 euros to move there. Perched on the mountainside is the canton of Valais. The picturesque village is just over an hour from the Celeb ski resort for a beer. Adults under 45 years old will receive 25,000 Swiss francs. So 25,000 euros to move there, which is like what, $28,000, something around there, and 10K per kid. They're offering you to move your family to this remote village of 250 people. And once you're there, if you don't have some sort of online business or remote work, what are you going to do? The nearest big town is where? The nearest big hospital is where? If you need some medication urgently or special care, where do you go? This is the problem with some of these small places. The scheme is only open to Swiss citizens or eligible foreigners who have lived in Switzerland long enough to gain Permit C residence. So useless then. Next one. Ponga, another mountain village. Ponga, Spain. Look at that. Not as pretty. In the Cantabrian Mountains. But let's see what Ponga's got. 600 person town in northwest of Spain. It'll pay Brits 2,600 each to relocate there. A further 2,600 euros will be given to each baby born there with the UNESCO designated biosphere reserve in the heart of the Cantabrian Mountains on its doorstep. The town is a haven for hikers. It's also just an hour's drive from the coast. In order to take advantage of its offer, Brits have been coming to living in Ponga for at least 5 years. Oh, you have to commit. You have to commit to live there for 5 years. Okay. So far, none of these offers seem worth it. That's just me, personally. Okay. Next. Are we going to get a good one that could apply to some Americans as well? Get a slice of the quiet life in Rubia, Spain. Look at this. Cute little cow. Makes you really want to move there. Spanish village of Rubia in Galicia will pay expats up to 150 euros a month to live there. Again, starving to death. There's nothing to do there for 150 euros. No. All right, now this is looking nice. So now if we're going to uproot our goddamn lives and start over from scratch in a country where you got to learn a new language and everything, this is probably where I'd want to be, okay? I could put up with a lot of shit, a lot of headaches, a lot of not knowing my way around. If I could just park my ass right here on the beach, take a deep breath, listen to the ocean, swim a little bit, soak in some rays, and then just start over again the day. Cool. I got a place to reset. So explore beaches and villages in sun-baked Calabria, Italy. In Calabria, Italy's southwestern region, relocating to a village of 2,000 residents or fewer will earn you 28,000 euros. The initiative hopes to combat depopulation. Wow, so much for explosion in human population, right? Maybe in not this part of the world. Those interested in applying must be 40 years old, bro. What is going on with these rules? Okay, 40 years old and under to move to the region within 90 days. They don't want no old people, dude. 40 or under and 90 days of their application being accepted. You got to move in there. They also must launch a business or find employment. Wow. Okay. All right. Of the ones we've seen already, this is the most decent setup because it's very straightforward. Just be younger than 40, have an online business. Basically, if you're looking to relocate, that's pretty chill because you just get a startup 28 grand. That's not bad. That is age discrimination. That is correct. Although not bad. You're not going anywhere with around $30,000 of startup. Like here's 30 G's. That basically covers moving expenses to a new place, everything. Hell, you could even get a car on payment. So you could have a place and a car, and you theoretically should already have a business ready to go remotely. I don't know what this town, Calabria in Italy, offers, but damn, that is beautiful, man. That's a beautiful view. You could make a nice life out here, although just 2,000 residents. So what's it look like for amenities? You're going to be missing access to a lot of high-end things if that's what you like, or just basics in general. When your town is 2,000, man, even the local grocery store is missing some things. You got to pay them pensions somehow, boys. It's not discrimination. It's a reality. Live among olive groves in Acqua Rica, Italy. Okay, 30,000. So you'll get paid to go into the Italian region of Puglia. Will pay new residents up to 30,000 to relocate there. It's made up of two towns, Prestisi and Acqua Rica del Capo, surrounded by countryside and olive groves. To be eligible to apply, individuals or families must move their official residency to the southern Italian town. The money must be used to purchase and renovate an uninhabited property in the area, of which there are many. An additional 1,000 euros will be granted for every baby born there. Interesting. Yes, I moved to Romania permanently, and I'll be headed to Dubai shortly for, all the business advantages they have there. I've gotten my paperwork, boys. I'm officially a dual citizen. Wow, this place is beautiful. Sardinia. Everybody knows about Sardinia. Okay, the Italian island of Sardinia is offering people 15,000 to relocate there, known for its sandy beach. That is so gorgeous, dude. I'll put up with a lot if this is next door to me. Known for its sandy beaches, blue skies, and turquoise waters, the Mediterranean isle faces dwindling rural population numbers as young locals move abroad for work. Again, man, have you noticed economies in all these countries, like the markets are so hot and so concentrated in certain sectors? That old school barter system we used to have, the mom and pop stores, have all been taken over by these massive conglomerates. It's absolutely impossible for you to live in a small town today and survive. Corporations have sucked all the business out of family businesses, small businesses. They killed everything. Now, and I've noticed here too, talking with my family that lives here in Romania, almost everybody with half a brain moves abroad. Anybody with any potential moves abroad. Most people in Europe, all over Eastern Europe specifically, that has a head on their shoulders and a bright future, leaves their countries and works abroad. It does not make sense to stay in your small town. There's nothing for you here. So take off and make triple, quadruple, 5 times your salary for the same exact job. And then you could send your money home and live in an area that's, quote, more advanced. That's the thinking. And it makes perfect sense. Why wouldn't you do that? So now you have a beautiful place like Sardinia that can't even sustain its population. Businesses have basically crumbled. Everybody, all the young people have moved away for better opportunities because there are none, because big business crushed small business. You used to be able to survive and do well and have a beautiful life in a place like Sardinia, like this, because you had a local butcher, you had a local market owned by somebody, you had people growing, trading food off their own plots of land. You had an economy that was dependent on the locals, with land utilized by the locals. Now, everything's imported. The economies of scale by these giant companies have destroyed small business. You can't compete with the giant, man, like Carrefour or a Walmart. It's impossible. Whatever you're growing in your yard will cost more than what they're paying for theirs. They'll undercut you and kill you in no time. It's sad. Thanks, Isaac. DSG, appreciate you, brother. For tens of thousands in EU and euros, you can roll the money into Ethereum and run a node. Live there while you wait for crypto to grow and retire. Passport bros. That's also true, but don't you need like 32 ethers? You need like 32 ethers to stake, right? At least that's what it was when I was reading about it when I still had some. I sold a while ago. Do you miss Filibertos? Hell no. I used to laugh. There was like Umberto, Filiberto, how many Roberto, Juan Berto? I don't know. There's like 30 different Berto brothers. If you know what we're talking about, they're all over Arizona. It's like a taco shop, dude. Like a Taco Bell, but the Berto brothers. There's so many of them. Are you a simp if you still want a family in this crazy world? Absolutely not. Man, here's the truth. I need to do a video on this, so I'll keep this short. You have to be okay as a man today, knowing that your ability to have a family, a happy, loving family, is not guaranteed anymore. There's a high likelihood that you're going to live out the rest of your life without that. Something your forefathers basically were guaranteed to have. Culture has shifted to such a toxic, mentality that unfortunately family is a negative. The economic situation dissuades people from even having a family because you can't even own your own house anymore. You can hardly feed yourself anymore, let alone a family. So everybody's heart is in this. We all would like a family. We all have that dream. But the realities of the economy and the culture, and what else could you say, the morals of society, makes it damn near impossible. I mean, you could have a family easy, just pump and dump some piece of trash and just deal with the consequences that way. But that's not what we're after here. So when I tell you that having a loving family is one of the most difficult things a man could do, that's what I mean. You can squirt off in any woman, dude, and start a family. But to start a successful family on like strong moral foundations and you being a leader with a feminine woman and being happy, all that, it's difficult, man. You have to adjust your mentality and understand that it might never happen and it's okay. And maybe because you're not chasing it and wanting it, it starts to come to you. The universe is very weird in this way. When you let things go, that's when they actually come to you because you're able to focus on other things, priorities, making yourself into the best man that you could be, not letting things like that cloud your judgment, make you sad, make you make wrong decisions, withdraw from life, etc. Yeah, nuclear family is rare. Sad state of affairs. All right, let's see. To combat this exodus, the government has set aside 45 million euros for the relocation grant, enough to cover 3,000, so very limited. To be eligible for the grant, you'll have to move to Sardinia municipality with a population less than 3,000. Money must also be used to buy or renovate a home. The grant cannot exceed the total cost of the house or renovation, meaning in some cases, the 15,000 sum will be reduced. You got to live there full time and register for a permanent registry within 18 months. Some of these places are really nice. DSG, the best thing you could do for your children someday is choosing the best mother they could have your kids with. Vet the mother of your kids. Also, where you live is super important because once you have these babies, it's not really up to you. Once they get into school, the curriculum matters, their friends matter, the culture you're raising your kids in matters. You're going to lose power as a parent. That's just picking the right woman is like one part of the equation, you could say.